Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. Um, Today, I want to take a second to talk about yet another TwoSun slip joint, but this one's not as modern as the others. It's a little bit different. But real quickly first, I want to thank the channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And wanted to invite any of you who haven't yet to please hit that subscribe button down below and the bell notification icon if you like EDC and knife content. It'll keep you up to speed on when I'm uploading content, when I'm hosting live streams, and other shenanigans that go on in the community section. It doesn't cost a penny. Love to have you subscribe and follow the channel. But this is the TwoSun TS346. So if for some reason you look at the title card on or the thumbnail on this, and it's not the TwoSun TS346, it's because I got it wrong when I just told it to you. Because I think it is the 346, but I just built the thumbnail before I let this come out, and that's what we're going to call it for this review. But the first thing you notice about this, or at least that I did, besides the fact that it's got this janky little lanyard that I've kept on, is this is pinned together construction. It is this abalone shell material that's some kind of acrylic, but it's deeply pinned together, still perfectly centered. But I wouldn't consider this necessarily a modern traditional because I can't do any really adjustments on it. So I look at this as a TwoSun slip joint. And again, I'm not an OG on slip joints. That's just how I look at it. I know it's not a true traditional because it was made more recently. It doesn't have a full half stop, but it does have a nice shape, and it is made out of this Damascus steel. No, I don't know what the Damascus steel is made out of. I know that it seems to be done very well, and for a slip joint, it's not something I was actually looking for. It just happened to be on the knife. And guys, the reason I got this knife when I was picking up some other knives from that was Cutter Air, when I was picking up a couple of other slip joints from White Mountain Knives from TwoSuns that had come back in stock. And this one's currently out of stock, but it will be back in stock because I'd seen it come and go a couple of times before I pulled the trigger on it. But this guy is under 50 bucks. I want to say it was $48 before I put my 10% Javon 10 code on it, brought it down to the low 40s. And again, it's perfectly centered. It doesn't have a half stop, but it does pause there. Locks open. It's got this nice ricotta here that's going to keep it from closing into my finger, even though I don't let slip joints close into my finger because I know they're slip joints. They're not locking knives, but that's what the ricotta is there for. It also contacts that internal stop. I don't know if you can see that down there where this actually hits to keep the blade from wrapping. But in either case, there's no wobble in the blade at all. Blade's very sharp. The bevel edges were very even. It's got, I would call it a 4 on the pull and maybe a 5 on the close. Again, it's not hard to manipulate, but it's not going to pop shut on you either. I mean, it's just a knife that it fits my hand very well. I would kind of put it in the category of a medium-sized slip joint. Um, And guys, I like the way it looks. I've carried it several times. I don't keep this one in a slip. This one doesn't have a slip, doesn't live in a slip. Um, but it's just because, again, I've been carrying it just to kind of try it out to see what I think about it. And to be honest, for opening packages and the things that my slip joint gets the primary use of, even though I carry these a lot more in my pocket, this is just as able to do those small whittling tasks or cut that cardboard to open that box or to cut up some of those coupon books when they finally come in. And I'm out of coupon books now, guys. I know it's kind of depressing. But let's do a couple of quick size comparisons just to get an idea on how big this TwoSun TS346 is. We will look at it next to the Benchmade Bug Out, to which it's going to be about a ½ inch smaller than. And we will look at it next to the Benchmade Mini Bug Out, where it's about maybe a little bit less than that size bigger than. So it kind of splits the difference between the Bug Out and the Mini Bug Out. Let's look at it next to another TwoSun knife that I do know is still in stock. This titanium and copper TS123. And it is a little bit shorter than the TS123. Let's see how it compares to a Jack Wolf low drag jack. Just about the same size as the low drag jack. Actually, exactly the same size as the low drag jack. And then we'll look at it next to another TwoSun Modern Traditional that is in stock. However, I don't know the number of this one off the top of my head, but it's one of my faves. It is also right around maybe a 1/16 of an inch longer, but right around the same size. And then for some of you guys that have a Case Sidebuster Jr., this guy's about a 1/4 of an inch larger than the Case Sidebuster Jr. in length, which will gravitate us towards our promotional tape measure with my sticker on it. That'll tell us that this is right under 7 inches, just a sconce over 6 3/4. The blade's going to come in at 3 inches. The handle's going to come in at 3 3/4 inches. Where I hold it up to that ricotta gives you a handle area of 3 3/4. So from here to here is a 3 3/4 inch spread. And guys, that is the TwoSun $48 TS346 when it's in stock. It's going to be a little heavier, 3.4 ounces. Again, not as modern as most of the TwoSuns in my collection. Actually, the only pinned together TwoSun I have in my collection, but a knife that I really have gotten some use out of and enjoy. I wouldn't have chosen this Damascus pattern, however it's been done. It just happened to be the steel that came on this particular knife, right? And this particular knife happened to be in stock and was at a price that made me try it out. And I'm glad that I did. I could bring it to you guys, share it with the channel, and let you know that if you're looking for a pretty basic slip joint that will come perfectly centered, at least my specimen did, and have no blade wobble, no rock, and just be a good entry-level slip joint, I can recommend this. Guys, thank you for stopping and watching the video. Thank you for stopping and watching anytime you watch a video. Thank you if you felt inclined to subscribe. Thank you if you haven't, if you just like to come by and watch. I appreciate you. Please, I do ask that you look out for the guy or gal to your left, that you look out for the guy or gal to your right, that you look out for each other, that you go forward with love in your heart, and choose debate, not hate. I love y'all. Peace.